After 25 years, Bertil Fox pardoned by the English government. They let this asshole out of prison? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys know what he did? He killed 2 people. How they didn't let this guy fucking out? Alright, you guys know who Bertil Fox is? Let me tell you who this guy is. 1983, Mr. Olympia, right? He placed 6th place, and a lot of people, including myself, thought he should have placed higher. That's the year Samir Bannout won. If you're looking at them on the stage, I mean, clearly, you could see that this guy should have won the damn thing.
Do you want to break? You made a fool of me.
So when Bertil didn't place well at Olympia that year, he was never the same after. And if you talk to his friends and the people that knew him, he said that he started to hate white people. And it's ironic because I'm going to explain to you guys in a little bit how it ends up playing a role in the murders that he committed.
Bertil Fox hated white people. He just hated them. He always felt that they were trying to use him. The guy was in a sport controlled by white people. Joe Reader is white, Jewish. The people who own the magazines are all white. Bertil was wrapped up in an inferiority situation.
So he ended up hating white people, and he was never the same bodybuilder ever since then. You remember Joe Weider was white, the judges were white, and he felt there was a vendetta against him, and he was never the same. He never placed well. He did another Olympia. I don't think he placed at all. So he was never the same bodybuilder, even though he had such a talent and he had such a great build to him. He was never able to find it within himself because he always felt like he was treated unfairly.
Well, I was from the day one when I saw Bertil compete in London at the Mr. Universe contest, and he became the big sensation, which was in the mid-70s. I was a big admirer of this.
So he ended up retiring, 42 years old, and he goes to his old hometown in the Caribbean, and he builds a gym, he builds a home, and people that know him and people that dated him have all said, you know, what kind of a hothead he was. You know, he was a very jealous guy. He was an asshole in the gym to people, and to the women in his life, he was abusive mentally and physically to them. So he had a history of this type of behavior, and you combine that with he goes to the Caribbean, he's the king of the town.
Everybody would have liked to meet this man. So he was like, as we said, one of the top class. But he was not what we thought.
He starts dating a 20-year-old, I think she was 19 when he met her, a 19-year-old beauty queen. That's a recipe of things that can go down real bad real fast.
Bodybuilders like people in the prime of their time, when you were as perfect and fit and hard like Bertil Fox. You want a woman close to that. You can only get that at 19 and 18.
He moved her into the house. She lived there for 2 years. They had a lot of problems, a lot of abuse. Supposedly she cheated on him. And then the thing that got him the worst, remember I said it's ironic that he hated white people, was the fact that she left him for a white guy.
Yet again, another woman has done it to him. Because that was the paranoia. White people doing it to him. His wife did it to him. And this girl has done it to him again. With a white guy. And that was enough, if you know Bertil Fox. That would have been enough to blow him right out of the sky.
So now you got this hothead who has a thing against white people. He's pissed off that his girlfriend left him. What does he do?
Well, about 10:16 a.m. on Tuesday the 3rd of September 1987, we received a call by the 911 emergency line that 2 persons had been shot on Kearn Street.
He goes and takes a gun, goes into the place where her and her mother owned. They were hemming clothing, doing design work. He walks in with the gun and shoots them both in cold blood. Then he goes to court and he tells the people, he goes, listen, they came, the mother, to his house when he wasn't there. They stole the gun. I went back to the place to try to get it back. There was a struggle and I shot them both by accident. What kind of fucking asshole shoots 2 people by accident? If it's 1 person, you could say maybe, right? But 2 people, it's not fucking happening. Anyway, in court, they actually sentenced him to be hanged to death. He appealed it, and then he ended up with life in prison. So now, fast forward now 25 years later, the English government pardons him. And if you guys don't know what a pardon is, it's when somebody in power can take somebody out of prison no matter what it is. If he's a pedophile, if he's a murderer, it doesn't matter. He can take him out of prison. And if you guys remember when Trump was done with his presidency, he had a list of people. And everyone wanted Joe Exotic to be on it and a bunch of other people. But he had like 15, 20 names of people he took out of prison. So I'm curious to see what's the reason the English government pardoned Bertil Fox, because obviously, you know, there's eyewitnesses there. There's a lot that goes on in that case. Obviously, he killed the 2 people. So why pardon a guy like that and let him out in the street is beyond my brain. I can't comprehend it. I mean, besides being a great bodybuilder and the way he looked, I don't hear much good about this guy. So if there's more details that come out, I'll make another video on it because I'm very curious to see what made the English government pardon a guy who killed his fiancée, the mother, in cold blood, and you let him back out on the street.